All right, let's talk about finding a fantastic dog trainer right here in Lincoln, California. You know, choosing the right person is really the first big step to having a happier dog, and honestly, a less stressed you.
Think about it. Life here in Lincoln is all about getting out on those beautiful trails. We're just hanging out in town. The whole point is to have a dog who can handle all of that, you know? A dog that's confident and calm no matter where you are. And that's where great training really comes into play. So, where do you even begin? Let's break down the basic things that really separate a good trainer from a truly great one. It all starts with their core philosophy.
You're going to hear this term a lot, positive reinforcement. It's pretty much the modern standard for training that's both effective and kind. It's all about rewarding the behavior you want to see. This approach builds a really strong, trusting bond with your dog. It's about teaching, not using fear or intimidation.
Okay, I know these look like just a bunch of random letters, but they're actually super important. They mean a trainer has passed some tough exams and is serious about keeping up with their education. For instance, a KPA or a CPDT certification is perfect for general obedience. But if you're dealing with something more complex like serious anxiety or aggression, you'll want to find a behavior consultant with a CBCC or IAABC certification. They have way more specialized training in the science behind animal behavior.
Next up, you've got to decide which kind of training format is going to work best for you and your dog. There are a few common choices, and each one has its pros and cons. Group classes, they're fantastic. Your dog gets to practice around real-world distractions, like other dogs. Plus, they're usually easier on the wallet. Now, private lessons are a different story. They're completely tailored to your dog's specific needs. They're perfect for tackling issues that really only pop up at home, like going nuts when the doorbell rings or jumping all over your guests.
You might also see more intensive options like board and train programs. These can work wonders, but you absolutely have to do your homework. Really dig in. You've got to check out the facility, know exactly what methods they use, and make sure they're all about that positive reinforcement we just talked about.
Okay, let's talk about money. Knowing the typical cost for training in the Lincoln and Placer County area will help you figure out a realistic budget for this. It really is an important investment. Just as a baseline, a single one-hour private session is usually going to be somewhere between $100 and $175. That's a pretty common starting point, and a lot of trainers will offer packages that bring that per-session cost down. And here's a look at the typical ranges for different services. You can see a 6-week group class is often in that $200 to $300 range, while those multi-session, in-home packages are a bigger investment. Seeing it all laid out like this can really help you figure out what works for your goals and your budget. Good training isn't just about what happens inside your house, right? It's also about being a responsible part of our community here. So, let's go over a few local rules and resources you should know about. These 3 rules from Placer County are the big ones. Your dog needs to be on a 6-foot leash anytime you're in public, unless it's a designated off-leash spot. Your dog also has to be vaccinated for rabies and licensed with the county. And finally, that barking, you've got to manage it so it doesn't become a nuisance. Good training helps with every single one of these. So, where can you go to practice all these new skills? The dog park over at McBean Park is great. It's fenced in, so it's perfect for working on recall. The Placer County trails are awesome for practicing walking nicely on a leash with distractions like bikes and other people. And remember, Placer County Animal Services is your go-to for getting your dog licensed or finding vaccination clinics. All right, you've done the research, you've got a short list, now it's time to actually talk to some trainers. Think of this as your action plan. Here are the exact questions to ask so you can be sure you're making the right choice. This, right here, this is the most important question you will ask, period. Their answer tells you pretty much everything you need to know about their whole approach. So, what do you want to hear? You're listening for words like positive reinforcement, reward-based, or science-based. If you hear any mention of tools like prong collars or choke chains or philosophies based on dominance and punishment, that's a huge red flag. And here are a few other key questions. Ask about their credentials. Make sure they'll create a plan that's specific to your dog's needs. Ask how they track progress, and get all the details on fees and cancellation policies. And hey, if you're dealing with a behavior issue, asking if they'll work with your vet is a great sign of a true professional. At the end of the day, a well-trained dog just makes every part of your life better. Every walk in the park, every time friends come over, and every quiet night at home. It's just more enjoyable. Investing in the right training is really an investment in years and years of happy, peaceful companionship. We wish you the best of luck on your training journey.